It may not seem obvious, but we are facing a man-made disaster on a global scale.
Hi, my name's Ewan from the Hillcrest Energy Advice Team. On our home visits, we show people how to use their heating more efficiently, which helps them save money and hopefully reduces the carbon footprint, making the homes more sustainable. A lot of our job is to help sustain tenancies as well, but we also work with property services, development and housing teams to reduce the carbon footprint and make the homes more sustainable. We're currently undertaking an occupancy assessment project which measures fuel poverty within the houses we have. From the information we gather, Hillcrest can hopefully make these homes more sustainable.
Hi, my name is Martin Callahan. I am the new Sustainability Manager at Hillcrest. My job will be to devise a strategy on the pathway to net zero. I will be working across all parts of the business, for example with Hillcrest Futures, Hillcrest Homes, Hillcrest Maintenance, to work with all managers and devise a plan. Some examples would be looking at our stock with fleet within Hillcrest Maintenance, looking at electric solutions for vans or perhaps hydrogen in the future. We will be looking at our own vehicles, staff vehicles, and how we can reduce our emissions as well as external contractors. One of the big remits within Hillcrest is not only to teach our tenants and service users, but also to influence our staff to reduce carbon footprint within the organisation. Another part of my role will be to work with key partners across Dundee, Edinburgh, Aberdeen and other local authority areas, such as the councils, NHS, universities and other similar housing associations and care providers. Hopefully together we can look at different strategies, different ideas and share technologies together to save cost and to reduce carbon emissions. I plan to work with our development team, looking at new technologies and new insulation measures, as well as key ventilation strategies for our new builds to try and save energy for our tenants, service users and also to reduce carbon emissions. As an organisation, we should be looking at recyclable materials, for example reducing plastics, looking at our uniforms across our trade staff and our care staff, and also what we do with our waste as an organisation, whether it be in an office, our tenants' homes or across our commercial stock.
Hi, I'm Bob Jack from Hillcrest Maintenance. Areas that we want to work on are adopting a low carbon strategy for both Hillcrest Maintenance and all the other Hillcrest companies' fleet. So that would be a change from petrol and diesel vans over to electric vans. By doing that, we'll cut down on emissions and reduce our carbon footprint. We want to also look at different ways we could cut down on use of cars. That could be with car clubs, maybe with other housing associations. We could even look at some of the, you've maybe saw in Dundee, the bike schemes. Maybe we could tap into some things like that. We could also explore with local transport companies, taxi companies, etc., to see if there's anything we could tap in there. just to make us greener going forward. Also, one thing, not just for carbon-wise, but for health-wise, it'd be good to get some of our guys and girls involved in the Cycle to Work scheme. We could even have them riding into work in the morning to a central point, doing their day's work, then riding home, which is both good for the environment and mental health, I feel.
So we're currently in year 6 of Hillcrest's heating replacement strategy. The main driver of the strategy was to remove inefficient and ineffective storage heaters that were costly for our tenants to run. To date, we've invested in the region of £10 million and attracted over £2 million of external funding to help towards this. It's likely that we will, in years to come, replace gas with heat pumps and perhaps in large communal heating setups rather than individual property basis. We may also look at smaller scale heating communal systems, and we're expecting hydrogen to play a significant role in future developments. We've also trialled other energy saving measures and recently managed to draw down funding for a photovoltaic panel system, and we've recorded potential average energy savings of over £3 per day for tenants in the development. In 22-23 we will be working to develop long-term strategies and plans to meet the government's ambitious net zero planning and prioritising. We already know that the main focus will be to take a fabric first approach. We will be working with the newly appointed sustainability manager targeting works that reduce the energy needed for heating homes. We will be installing high performance external wall insulation, internal wall insulation, loft insulation and underfloor insulation, along with new windows and doors to tackle heat loss and air leakage. None of this is easy to plan and prioritise, and it's technically challenging and very costly to deliver, particularly in our older stock. We are now working in partnership with a company called IRT Surveys, who are local to Dundee, and using their cloud-based software DREAM to carry out detailed stock profile. We will use DREAM to provide stock-wide property reports, and it will be used to measure our current carbon footprint and importantly target and forecast what we have to do to reduce it.
Hello, I'm Chris Robb, Head of Business Development and Improvements for Hillcrest Futures. Over the last 2.5 years, Hillcrest Futures priorities have been around maintaining the health, safety and well-being of our staff and the individuals who use our services. Moving forward into this post-pandemic era, we will switch over our focus to tackling poverty together and sustainability initiatives within social care services. We will take time over the next few months to consider our strategic priorities, which will enable us to continue to provide quality, creative, responsive care and support services and contribute to building better communities and maintaining sustainable communities as well.
My name is Andy Kennedy, Technical Manager of the Development Team. Sustainability is a priority for our development team, as it should be. To be fair, it has been for some time. In recent years, we've adopted a fabric-first approach in our new builds, concentrating upon getting the construction right through air tightness, insulation and high-performance windows. But more recently, our focus is now on the new technologies available for space and water heating, as well as going back to the age-old principles of solar orientation and making best use of the sun. We are currently phasing out gas in all our new build developments with the aim of having zero carbon central heating. Our development at Ellangowan is a great example of this. In phase 1, properties will be fitted with gas combi boilers for their hot water and heating. However, for the next phase, we will be looking at alternative heating systems suited to either a house or a flat. We're still not 100% sure of which technologies are the most appropriate, so we need to future-proof the designs of phase 2 to ensure whatever we decide on can be accommodated. Once we have completed phase 2, the plan is to monitor how these technologies perform and compare these with phase 1 on a like-for-like basis, i.e. different systems and a similar construction with a similar user. At this stage, there are no right answers. Only by installing new technologies and watching closely at how they perform can we have confidence in what direction we should be heading.
right decisions at this critical moment, we can safeguard our planet's ecosystems, its extraordinary biodiversity, and all its inhabitants. What happens next is up to every one of us.